welcome Blue Collar Customs up to the starter stand to wave the green flag. We're getting ready. 25 laps of Sportsman action off of turn number 4. Here they come.
Pepe with a big jump down into one, and he's going to lead Steve Axon and Randy Moretti down on that inside. As 3 wide action already as Chris Gomes shuffled to the outside. 3 wide, he's third on the outside. How are they going to sort this one out?
Axon sits second. They're double wide stacked up behind them. 3 wide in some instances as they hit turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Randy Moretti on the inside of Adam Pettey as they hit turns 3 and 4 behind them. The 19 of Lineham, the 0 of Baxter running wheel to wheel down across the stripe.
Steve Axon sticking with the 16 of Pepe. Just behind him, a 4-car dogfight between Moretti, Pettey, Lineham, and Baxter. All 4 playoff drivers, all 4 hunting for points.
Lineham down to the inside, dives underneath the 0 Baxter, the 57 of Pettey, and now the 9, the 5 of Randy Moretti as they roll down the back straightaway. Lineham trying to make a charge to the top of the field, looking for third off of 4. Meanwhile, up front, here comes Axon down to the inside of Silvia.
Axon continues to apply the pressure. Here comes Baxter to the inside of his teammate, making it 3 wide down the back stretch. It's Moretti on the outside, Baxter on the inside, and right there in the middle, just trying to stay alive, it's Adam Pettey able to fend off the 5.
Up front, they're side by side, wheel to wheel at the top of the field. The 16 is Silvia up on the outside, Axon down low. Axon comes off at turn number 4, and the 4 champion edges out and puts his number at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, Pepe not making it easy on him, though, as he's shown speed. This is what he did in his heat, too. He made it real hard to pass him down low, and he's proven again to be a tough pass as the 16 continues to rim ride as we take off laps.
Down to 1 and 2, and this is allowing Ryan Lineham to close in the gap, and they have opened up a 5-car length distance between them and Chad Baxter and the 57 of Adam Pettey. We're battling off of 4. Here comes Silvia back up on the outside. He'll lead lap number 8 down into turn number 1 with the 19 right up on the tail. Takes a look to the outside of Axon.
Yeah, the battle for that lead welcomed Ryan Lineham right up into the party. Now you could throw 3 cars under a blanket. That battle for the lead as Pepe leading another lap. Steve Axon still to the inside. Ryan Lineham beating on the door.
He's taking a look to the inside of Axon, but doesn't have the running room to make the move. They roll down into 3 and 4. Off the corner. Axon pushing hard on the inside. Lineham on his tail, and here comes the 57 and the 0, closing in the gap. They continue to run door handle to door handle down into turn number 3.
Just behind him, Chad Baxter making that right rear scream each time off of 4 as he looks for any edge over the chain gang of Adam Pettey. These 2 cars are side by side, and they still are closing on the leaders. It's about to be a 5-dog fight for the lead as Steve Axon drag races down into 1 with the Pepe machine.
Silvia continues to hang tight up on the outside as they roll down the back straightaway. Lineham waiting for an opening, taking a peek right up on the back bumper, and as they come off of 4, cross flags out, 12 down, 13 to go, 3 wide down the front straightaway. Here comes Lineham down to the inside. We got a car around off at turn number 2. There's the caution.
Playoff drivers here in the opening stages of round 1.
You want somebody to spoil it, there's your guy. So we will get ready. As we get ready to go off of turn number 4, up on the throttle, we're back underway. Silvia and Axon down into turn number 1. Axon keeping tight. Here comes Lineham taking a peek down to the inside. Axon backsliding just a little bit. Here comes Lineham down to the inside into turn number 3.
After 1, oops, Pepe, big push off of turn 4, just about sideways as Ryan Lineham goes to the inside. Here comes Steve Axon, Adam Pettey with the window of opportunity. You know he's going to take that 3 wide momentarily down the backstretch. Somehow Pepe still commands the lead.
Pepe up on the outside, rim riding the 3rd mile across the stripe. Holds on to the number 1 spot with Ryan Lineham now digging in on the bottom down the back straightaway.
Try and beat Pepe with him up on the outside. It's Ryan Lineham's turn now as he has inside position on the 116. Pepe's smoking that right rear trying to find grip. Ryan Linehan sails on by down the bottom. Adam Pettey second in line down the low lane as here comes Steve Axon right behind him. Adam Pettey now looking to make moves on Pepe for second as Ryan Lineham takes over at the point.
Lineham sets a pace. Pettey up into second. Here comes Axon now, who is falling back to fourth, trying to get back up onto the podium, down underneath the 16 into turn number 3. Up front, Adam Pettey dives down to the inside. He and Lineham raced out into turn number 1. Give the advantage to Lineham that time, but Pettey is on a roll down on the inside.
Pettey looking for a good turn out of 2. Can he dive it down into 3 and pull even further alongside the RLS performance machine of Lineham? Good speed, high up off the forward that time for the 19 machine. Fused at the hip are the 2. They come off dead even off the 3. Get the slight advantage to the 19, down into 3. Oh, the 19 at that time.
Lineham was going to try a crossover move, and Pettey was ready for it as he slowed the pace up just enough so Lineham couldn't get the run. A veteran move. He's been watching Harry Gannett. Darlington trouble down the back straightaway. Randy Moretti goes around. 5 laps to go, but the caution comes out.
Wow, that was something else to see because you saw the 19 stop on a dime.
Yeah, you saw him slow. It was throwback to Harry Gannett Darlington way back when he finally figured out the crossover. If you slowed up just enough, they couldn't do it. Well, that's exactly what Adam Pettey did. He saw Ryan slow up. He knew he was coming for the crossover, so he just slowed that pace up just to here, and Ryan almost got into, well, he did get into him. He almost spun him trying to make that crossover move. Adam Pettey, that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the move of the night, if not the season. It may not work out now, since we're under caution, but oh my goodness, that was absolutely fantastic. I'm giddy.
It almost looked like a glitch in the Matrix because you're looking at these 2 leaders, and next thing you know, it almost looks like, what's the 19 doing? He's off the pace? Is he broken?
Oh, you could see it coming. He was going for the crossover move, and Adam like, no, you're not.
Yeah, you're going to have to try something else to get around me, buddy.
That was fantastic by Adam Pettey. It may not, in the long run, he may not end up winning the race, but he may, because that car is stout, and he is really showing his muscle early on in this one.
And just like that, Adam Pettey commanding the point here with 19 laps complete. So it's going to be a 6-lap dash to the finish when we get crossed up and back under green. Ryan Lineham going to line up outside of him in the outside pole. Steve Axon right on Adam Pettey's rear bumper in 3rd. Jim Silvia putting on one heck of a show. I mean, I thought on the restart, Jim Silvia was going to be hung out to dry and get shot straight to the back, and then a lap later, he was still in the lead.
He got a little bit loose off that corner, and it slowed up Steve Axon because he was caught up on the outside with Lineham down low and just couldn't get the run. Steve was able to finally get that pass. But man, I'm still stoked about that. It just goes to show how good these Sportsman drivers are. We talk time and time again that this is one of the most exciting divisions you're going to find at any racetrack. And that is one of the reasons why. We see 3-4 wide racing throughout the pack here. And these guys have been money.
Lambert going to take their spots in the 5th and 6th hole.
And how about Doug Benoit starting 18th? He's up to 10th. Caution lights are out. Field comes off of 4. Green flag is out. Pettey and Lineham jump up on the throttle, and they drag race out into turn number 1. Pettey on the inside. Lineham up top as they roll down the back straightaway. The 04 up to 3rd. Here comes Baxter underneath the 16, looking for 4th.
Meanwhile, the 12 taking Pianka and the 69 of Pettey 3 wide as the 12's looking to go from scratch all the way up to the front, and he's looking for even more as he moves on the defending champion.
Benoit looking good coming up through the field as the leaders come off the corner in a virtual dead heat at the stripe. Pettey holds on by 43 thousandths of a second. Axon right there in 3rd. They've pulled away. Baxter fighting the inside of Silvia down into turn number 3. 22 laps up on the board. And Pettey trying to open up the distance. Lineham not going anywhere down into 1.
Yeah, Pettey having to play defense on his outside and to the rear as Lineham looking to spool up a move here as we come to 2 to go. Ryan Lineham looking for the run out of turn 4. Adam Pettey, though, with the advantage down the bottom, and Steve Axon in the catbird seat waiting to see what's going to open up.
White flag will be in the air as your leaders come off of turn number 4. Pettey and Lineham continue to work. Door handle to door handle down into 1. Axon third, Baxter, and now Lambert your top 5. Down off at turn number 2. Lineham trying to throw it in hard and deep into turn 3. Looks for the crossover. This time, Pettey's not ready. Lineham to the inside. Pettey's able to hold him off and hold on for the win. Second place going to Ryan Lineham. Third going to Steve Axon with Chad Baxter and Colby Lambert, your top 5.
Trouble on the back stretch as the checkered flag came out, and that's the number 10C of Chris Gomes coming together.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what did you think of that one? I'll tell you what, these guys let it all hang out, and what a great job they did at doing it. We'll talk to Adam Pettey, Ryan Lineham, and Steve Axon in just a couple of minutes. This is a well-deserved victory lap for Adam Pettey after holding on for that win. Some hard competition, some great moves. Lineham climbing out of his car, a great run for him. A big smile on the face of Adam Pettey. Here he is climbing out of the car, Adam Pettey! Adam, congratulations. I don't know if any of you guys have any tires left for the rest of this playoff run, but man, that was worth it. Tell us from your point of view.
Yeah, well, we worked for that one. Racing with guys like Ryan, Steve, Chad, I mean, we're beating, banging, sliding, but they can all hold on to their cars. They're all good drivers, and racing with guys like that up front is just what we're here to do. I mean, these guys can hold on to their cars and race with us.
You made a move that surprised a lot of people tonight. Ryan was on the outside of you. All of a sudden, he slowed up, and it almost like you knew he was going to try for the crossover, so you slowed up. It almost got ugly for a second, but man, that was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I was in there, I was to his door, and I see him coming down, and maybe on a normal night I would have stuck it out, but it's playoffs, it wasn't worth getting a flat tire. I knew we were faster, so I just backed out, and I knew I'd get him another time.
Well, you certainly did. He got a run on you for that final lap, but man, coming down to the checkers, you two put on a heck of a race. You got to be proud of this one. I know you got some people to thank.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of the most fun races this year, honestly. My Uncle Dean, Jerry, Mike, Skirt, everyone that comes to the shop helps us. You know, my uncle's company, Brian Hill Farms, Excavation, Pettey Auto Salvage, my company, we're funding this, and yeah, it was a good time.
Congratulations on the win. How about a round? You gave him everything you could to take that away from him. He was just that much better.
Yeah, he timed the first crossover pretty good. He knew it was coming, so good driver. Steve, great driver, good friend, good champion. So it's nice running up front with these guys. And I don't know, I gave it everything. I tried to cross over the last lap, but I didn't want to get too aggressive. So, you know, we're happy being where we are.
It's got to feel real good kicking off the chase for the cup this way.
Yeah, I'm not really thinking that far ahead. Just one week at a time, have some fun and finish good. And big thanks to, you know, Richard Sprague, Emily Sprague, RLS Performance, my sponsors, 5 Star and Harside, and Run'em Rex, and my crew, my dad, my wife's here tonight. So good run.
Congratulations, great run for second. It looked like every lane you picked was the wrong lane tonight after that first caution.
Yeah, we freed the car up. Last week we finished third behind Ryan, and we were too tight. We freed the car up, and now we were too loose. And
you finished third behind Ryan.
Yeah, we were third behind him. So I'm starting to see a bad pattern develop here. But it was we were a lot closer to the action for the win, so that was fun. I wish I was a little bit tighter, so I could have maybe nudged one of them into the other one to make it a 3-wide, you know, type win. But it was fun. It was a good night. So we'll take it, and we've got one more week of this, and then top 6, or however that goes. You know, we had to draw and all that stuff, which I still don't understand.
It's just setting your starting position for the feature, that's all.
That's fine by me. I say start everybody in the rear. Start all the fast cars back there. It's going to put on a better show. That's what the fans come to see. They want to see a show.
Well, they certainly saw one tonight, and you guys started up towards the front, so.
Yeah, that's true. We did start up front, so that's good. And congratulations to Adam. They were running good, so they deserve it. We have a friend that got some tough news yesterday that he's got some health problems, so this is for our friend Jack.
Congratulations, great run for third.
It's only me, the heck with all of them. I got to thank the crew. Without the crew, this wouldn't be possible, so thanks to them.
All right.